Hello, my wonderful people, my viewers and subscribers all over the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy new day, and happy Monday. It is really quite unfortunate that throughout yesterday or since on Friday and Saturday, my drops, my videos have been a kind of limit because of my voice. I always battle with this voice, always crack voice and the rest of it. But whichever way it is, dear brothers and sisters, I can't keep myself. That is the kind of voice God gave me, and I must appreciate Him for that. So, my wonderful people, because Kai went again, Kai gone Ojo Toto, my as an Igbo elder. Because I got in Kechi, because I got in a Kedinore dinner for Donanko. As in the Minindo as Minatana, as Amuna. Yama Emerai, nobody Keta, Yama Emerai needs Oka, Yama Emerai needs a week in Kai one on email. Yon John Emeni Rayano Nazo, on a Mekwen Nazayano Neru, on a Melino Nazo, Ayano Netiti. Obacon Netiti I hate to do because my Wogini I will move. As na Wago Adataja. Ndumini, Ndoazo, Minatana, Azawuna. Onye ọbụla ga-ewetara anyị eriwe ma afọ ejuhu na week nke anyị nwanụ na asọm gịnị Chukwu oke agba ma biko ya kagbuoro anyị ya ka m gọrọ ka o rere anyị ga-adị na eke dị n'ore dị n'afọ dị na nkwa ahịa na oge na anọ nkwụ ya kwụtara anyị ihe ọma ore biko ighere ihe bịara iri anyị afụfụ gbuo ndị iro anyị eke igbuo ndị bịara ike anyị ka m gọrọ ka o rere na otu akọ ya emezu si n'afọ a Chukwu oke abịa ma onye pụrụ ime ihe niile. Because even if you don't understand Igbo, say amen, because it is for our own good. Ona demma dike pụta na ọtọ gụọ ọjị kpụkọ ndị ichie kpụkọ ndị ọdịnala ịtago ka ha nwee ike dị aware maka ife a na-eme ka ọ na-aga ihe awụ ihe nna nna anyị ji wee bika nka mana this our generation abịago mee embrace white god hapụzie omenala Igbo na-emebi a na-atụ ihe na-anaghị achọ anyị ha bụzie ihe a suppose ị na-eme asụ omenala emewezi omenala ndị ọcha ala atọ nụzi against us ihe na-emebiga every day by day. Anyway, my wonderful people, my viewers and subscribers all over the world, happy new week and happy new Monday. Me, I don't arrive again. Oh. My name still never changed. I may be Amanda Neze, speaking from the platform of Okute Daily Talk. My flow might not be the same as before because I've tried to manage my voice to be able to bring us something new in this new week. Today happens to be the last day in the month of this July. So my prayer again for my people who don't understand Igbo. I pray that this today marks the end of this month. It's a mark the end of anything that got to do with struggle in our lives. Not minding the bad situation that the so-called APC government have put all of us into. We must surely excel in all our endeavors. That is my prayer for you, for me, and for anyone out there, whether you are listening to my voice or not. It shall be well with all of us. This week shall be good for each and every one of us, whether in your business sector, in your office, in all your endeavors. You must surely do what? Experience something good and something new in your life in this week. My wonderful people, before we go straight into the main news of this day, hear this breaking news. DSS have finally given up hope on Nnamdi Kanu as they release him for medical examination. That is the anchor of our news this day. And as about to proceed, do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. It is very important and very necessary. In the other hand, we have a sit-at-home order from Mazi Simon Ekpa. He don't write European Union, US, and sex visa ban on Governor Peter Mba over his trampling on human rights abuses on the people of Enugu State and the people of his Pukunkuti. This English, no only from my mouth you go hear them. Another one here is Nnamdi Kanu versus Simon Ekpa. IPOB lawyer Ejimako exposes threats from Terry Wire and others simply because he brought a message, a written note. He said it's from Nnamdi Kanu to the world, to Ekpa, and since then he has been receiving threat to his life. Anyway, my wonderful people, Ibela say now here we go test out our news. We don't need to read all the whole headlines, but as we proceed, you get to understand everything about it. So tighten your seatbelt. We are about to take off at this point in time. No time to tell time. Let's go there. The Department of State Service, DSS, has released Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, to undergo an independent medical examination. Kanu's lead counsel, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, said the IPOB leader underwent a medical examination in an unnamed hospital in Abuja on Friday. According to a statement by Ejiofor, we are pleased to inform you that Onyenduma Nnamdi Kanu met with his choice personal physician yesterday, Friday, in a hospital in Abuja, outside the facility of the State Security Service, SSS. As part of the protocol, I witnessed the consultation. The medical examination was seamless and productive, and he, Kanu, will be progressing to the next stage soon. Kanu has been incarcerated by the DSS since June of 2021, when he was arrested and repatriated from Kenya to Nigeria. While in custody, Kanu repeatedly asked for an independent electoral or independent medical examinations of his health condition to know exactly what is happening. According to that, in the other hand, Eba, you don't carry the Obonga Waka, go US and UK, and also European Union, including the United Nations, says that they may ban Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State over what he did to armless and innocent protesters. He locked their shops. He go ahead in killing many and also injuring a lot as well. So Simon Ekpa, the popular Biafran agitator and separatist, has written to the European Union and the United States of America over alleged human rights abuses perpetrated by Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State. Ekpa, the Finland-based lawyer and the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic government, disclosed this on Wednesday in a letter sent by the Daily Post. According to him, Daily Post reported that 3 persons were killed when traders took to the streets on Wednesday morning protesting the sealing of their shops by the state's government for not opening for businesses on Monday, that very particular week. In a reaction, Ekpa has asked the European Union and the US to place a visa ban on Mba due to his violation of its citizens' fundamental human rights. He notified the international community that the Enugu state government confiscated and arrested Igbos in the state without recourse to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He wrote, "We wish to bring to your notice the gross violation and the fundamental human rights abuses of the people of Enugu State, Biafra, in the southeast region of Nigeria, by Peter Mba, the governor or the newly elected governor of Enugu State. Peter Mba is confiscating and locking up people's businesses and means of livelihoods without recourse to the Constitution of the Fulani Government of Nigeria or any charter, treaty, or convention known anywhere in the civilized world, therefore denying the people of Enugu State the right to personal property and free enterprise. We request that you impose a visa ban on the governor, Peter Mba, and add him to the list of terrorists and haters of freedom and democracy in Nigeria." The letter reads. Another one here, Nnamdi Kanu versus Simon Ekpa. According to them, IPOB lawyer Ejimako, you don't come out to come expose threats way in the gate since he come out to read a letter or he give what do they call it? He give an interview, or he granted an interview on the said letter he claimed that came from Nnamdi Kanu from the detention in DSS dungeon. Aloysius Ejimako, the special counsel to Nnamdi Kanu and of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has leaked threats directed at him by an alleged popular billionaire, Terry Wire. Ejimako warned that Kanu would hold Wire and his sponsors accountable for the threat directed at him, according to the news. Ejimako warned. He said the threat was directed to him or at him following the release of handwritten letter Kanu sent to Finland-based Biafra agitator Simon Ekpa. The IPOB leader had directed the letter to ECPA through Ejimako. Following the release of the letter, Ejimako has been receiving threats from various quarters, including Teriwaya, the billionaire. Tweeting, Ejimako exposed some of the threats messages directed at him. Ejimako wrote, "Dear Teriwaya, I've noticed your threats against me through your phone number +233 54 3383 197. Take note. Be rest assured that you and those who sponsored you, their identity is also known. Will be held accountable by Onyendu, Nnamdi Kanu, by and also by my people. The threat to my life by Teriwaya and his masters is becoming more potent. He now says that he knows my family house and he will do something about it." According to Aloysius Ejimako. If you despise me because of the message I delivered on #SitAtHome, please understand that it is not my choice. It is Onyendu's order, and I am just the messenger. 2. At Simon Ekpa _ and at China Samuru, it is all about obeying at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's orders, and as his disciples, he expects you to obey them as well. As if that one is not enough, the bandits are still on the clean spray. Despite we have a new government, there's nothing changes. Instead, the hardship is keep on growing, increasing, expanding every now and then. The death toll rises even as we have a new government in office. Bandits don't kill Islamic leader and abduct many in Kaduna community. I am sure this one have to do with Southern Kaduna. The vice chairman, Jama Atu Izatatul Bid Awa wa Ignamosowa Jibwis. Brenengwari branch, Malam Yakubu Mohammed Bugai, has died from injuries sustained during an attack by bandits on Wednesday. He was shot on his farm, located around Rema area of Brenengwari, but was confirmed dead when he was taken to Jibri Mai Gware General Hospital on Thursday, following the gun wounds he sustained from the bandits. A statement issued by the chairman, Brenengwari Emirate Progressive Union, Ishak Usman Kasai, confirmed the incident and expressed deep sorrow over the incident. According to the statement, Malam Yakubu Bugai was a key figure in the Brenengwari Orphans Foundation, dedicated to caring for thousands of orphans left behind by victims of armed banditry in the area. Bepu also recounted several incidents of abductions and kidnappings of innocent farmers in the local government area, saying that on Friday, July 21, 2023, bandits stormed Ngwa Bawa in Randagi ward, kidnapping 28 people, including women and children. It explained in subsequent attacks, 2 persons were kidnapped on Tuesday, July 25, 2023, near Eka Farm, and on Wednesday, July 26, 2023, 9 people were kidnapped, and 1 person was killed in Ngwan Roka of Kakangi ward. In Adet, 4 locals were kidnapped from their farms in Yeruwa community, Sabon Lai axis, lamenting that the bandits continued their rampage on Thursday night, July 27, 2023, in Ongwan, Danfulani, killing 1 person and kidnapping 7 members from a single family. What an irony. On the same day, the statement explained that the bandits blocked traders and grain suppliers on their way to Brenengwari weekly market, kidnapping 6 persons during the hour-long operation. The group expressed concern over the continuous attacks on farmers, saying that it has led to approximately 70% of farmlands being inaccessible and jeopardizing this year's farming outputs. The union appealed to the federal government to the establishment of military detachments in Katakaki, Gumi-Tasha Keji, and Bugai Aziz of the western parts of Brenengwari. DSP Mohammed Jaliji, the state police public relations officer, could not answer his calls or text messages sent to him on the incident as of the time of filling this particular report. It don't happen again for Delta State. This Delta, the only government they have in Delta always keep the Delta dry. That is why you see an oil producing nation after what do they call it? After River State, the next state that collect the highest derivation from the oil is this so-called Delta State. I could remember what did they call him? This one, James Ibori. He cleared the people's account. He used the commonwealth of the nation of the state to live a flamboyant lifestyle. After that one comes another, the one that who take what did they call him? Oduahan, who is taking care of pregnant women. That one thief the country, the state dry. This one now is the turn of Okowa. He also thieves the state dry. Make una see him. Because now one good turn deserves another. If the person that if his predecessor didn't thief, I'm very, very sure they will not thief, because the thing have been in their lineage that anyone that enters must surely do something about it. Court orders Delta government to account for over 200 billion naira education allocation collected by Ifeanyi Okowa, the then governor of Delta State. The Federal High Court in Lagos has ordered the Delta State government to account for its 200 billion education fund allocation collected by the ex-governor Ifeanyi Okowa. The Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project (SERAP) disclosed this on Sunday in a statement by its deputy director Kolawole Oluwadare. SERAP said the 200 billion was collected by the Ecowas government from the State Universal Basic Education Commission (UBEC). The development comes on the heels of a Freedom of Information suit filed by SERAP. The group revealed that the judgment was given by the Justice Daniel Osiago. Accordingly, the court ordered the current governor of Delta State, Sheriff Obovowere, to disclose the details of the budgetary allocation between 2015 to 2019. Justice Osiago said SERAP has SERAP has a cognizable legal right to inquire and know the way and manner public institutions manage public funds. I must say that every citizen has a duty to demand transparency and accountability in governance of public institutions, according to SERAP. Well, make una see wetin dey happen for Abia State. We don carry our waka come enter for the state where Chioma Alex Oti is managing. Michael Nwabueze Alex Oti appears helpless as Abia descends into anarchy. Anarchy under what ground? I cannot tell. Governor of Abia State, Mr. Alex Oti, appears to be helpless as the state speedily descends into a state of anomie while grappling with several social crises and serious security challenge on multiple fronts. On a day, local government workers were losing consciousness and collapsing in Umuahia, the state capital, while protesting the non-payment of their salaries since Oti became governor. The Abia commercial nerve center of the state was thrown into an unprecedented bedlam as a serving commissioner's convoy was attacked by gunmen and leaving 2 policemen dead and a Hilux vehicle belonging to the State Ministry of Trade and Industry burned to ashes. What an irony. It is the first time in the history of a state that the security architecture will so break down that a serving commissioner's convoy is criminally attacked. It is also the first time in the history of the state that the commissioner will be driving about the state in a motorcade, all happening under watch of the governor, Mr. Alex Oti. A commissioner will be driving with a motorcade. That means, this one, anyway, I have nothing to say. As if that was not enough, pensioners in the state took to the streets late last week to protest the ridicule the Oti government subjected them to by paying them a meager 25% of their monthly entitlement after all his pre-election promises of making their payments up to date and consistent. In an embarrassing volte-face, the Oti government claimed that what they paid the pensioners was just their transport fare to go to Umuahia, the state capital, for a verification exercise. because of ghost workers. I know people must surely organize them to do this protest. Ndị mmadụ achọghị ihe ọma. Now them will complain and people will still use them against the government that want to work. Well, it is not their fault. It is the fault of poverty. Because anybody who don't have 1,000 and you give them 5,000 naira to go to the street to protest, they must surely do that because they have no choice. Since the questionable emergence of Alex Otti as governor, the rate of violent crime has risen astronomically. This one is also organized by the so-called, what do they call it, opponents. As people now suffer car thefts, losing their cars to armed robbers on a regular basis. Kidnapping, murder, and attacks on government officials and security agents. The latest being the unfortunate incident on Tuesday where the convoy of the Commissioner for Trade, Commerce and Industry, Dr. Chimezie Isaac Okegbu, was attacked, leading to 2 policemen being gunned down by yet to be identified assailants in the state. In reaction, the security operatives invaded the Ariara International Market on Wednesday and stopped traders from opening for businesses. It's also the first time in the history of Abia state that security operatives will be forced to clamp down on traders in arguably the largest market in West Africa, following fatal attacks on their personnel. Brass Street, Fox Road, and other neighboring roads in Abia were on total lockdown on Wednesday as the security operatives unleashed further mayhem on already traumatized innocent citizens while forcing them to close shops in a manner that is typical of invading ruthless Nazi army. Sometime in June, a professor at the Abia State University, Uturu, was kidnapped, and an Eze-elect has also earlier been kidnapped in his domain in the Ngwa area of the state. The gory tales are endless as the people feel a sense of surge around them. For those who are wondering why the sudden surge in crime and criminality in the state, the answers are not far-fetched as it can all be traceable to Alex Otti's ill thought out and draconian policies that have seen to the collapse of a socio-economic fabric of the state. This is an addition to the already many failed promises of the governor that has extinguished any atom of hope in the masses. It seems like this man have nothing in his brain, he have nothing to offer. Well, you can spend the whole 4 years messing up. Another 4 years, you'll be kicked out of office. While it is unfortunate that the state is fast descending into a state of anarchy and doom, Alex Otti does not seem perturbed as the citizens wait in vain to be reassured of the government readiness and preparedness to tackle the burgeoning monsters of crime and criminality in the state, especially after the attack on the convoy of the commissioner, which was followed by harassment of traders by security operatives. Rather, Alex Otti is preoccupied with his politics of vendetta and vindictiveness, embellished with propaganda, half-truths, and outright falsehood at the expense of quality leadership. Mwabeze rise from Abba. It is not enough for Ecowas, they don't come out to conquer better waka. Come they give the Niger coup masterminded Tichani 7-day ultimatum to reinstate Bozum as president. You people will give them 7 days to reinstate somebody who have dealt with the country, but cannot give him 7 days to eradicate poverty that subject people into. That is why I see that Ecowas and whatever they represent, it is for their own good and never for the good of the masses. The Economic Community of West African States, Authority of Heads of States, and the government has given General Abdurrahman Tichani, the mastermind of the supposed coup in Niger Republic, 7 days to return power to Mohamed Bazoum. The decision formed part of resolutions reached at the emergency meeting of ECOWAS, Authority of Heads of State and Government, which held in Abuja on Sunday. Other resolutions at the end of the meeting included a stern warning that if the alleged coup plotters fail to restore political stability in 7 days, ECOWAS may use force. ECOWAS has also directed the chiefs of defense staffs of member states to meet immediately According to Omar Aliu Tuchari, president of the Ecowas Commission, who read out the resolutions, the leaders have ordered the closure of land and air borders between Ecowas countries and Niger. Other immediate sanctions by Ecowas include the imposition of a no-fly zone on all commercial flights to and from Niger. He also announced the suspension of all commercial and financial transactions between ECOWAS member states and Niger, including the freezing of all service transactions, including energy transactions, as well as the freezing of the assets of the Republic of Niger in ECOWAS central banks. Present at the summit were the following heads of state and government and mandated representatives: His Excellency President Patrice Talon, President of the Republic of Benin; President Alassane Ouattara, President of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire; Adama Barrow, President of the Republic of Gambia; Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana. Others are General Omar Omaro Mokota Suseko Embalo, President of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau; Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Fulani Government of Nigeria; Macky Sall, President of the Republic of Senegal; President Faure Gnassingbe of the Togolese Republic; the representative of the President of the Republic of Cape Verde; the representative of the President of the Republic of Liberia; the representative of the President Bazoum, President and the head of states of the Republic of Niger; the representative of the President Julius Maada Wonbao, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Others include Omar Atura, President of the ECOWAS; Musa Faki Mohammed, Chairperson of the African Union Commission; Leonardo Santos Mao, who was Special Representative of the United Nations Secretary General for West Africa and the Sahel and Head of Universe, including Mr. Jab; President of the Commissioner of Omar. Torres said the principle of zero tolerance for unconstitutional change of government as enshrined in the ECOWAS and African Union protocols and other instruments remains in focus. His words, ECOWAS resolve as follows: 1. His Excellency President Mohamed Bazoum remains the legitimate elected president and head of state of the Republic of Niger, recognized by ECOWAS, the African Union, and the international community. In this regard, only officials acts of President Bazoum or his duly mandated officials will be recognized by ECOWAS. Condemn in the strongest terms the attempted overthrow of constitutional order in Niger and the illegal detention of His Excellency President Mohamed Bazoum, President and head of state of Niger, as well as members of his family and government as well. Call for the immediate release and reinstatement of the President Mohamed Bazoum as President and head of state of the Republic of Niger, and for all the full restoration of constitutional order in the Republic of Niger or Nigeria. Reject any form of resignation that may purportedly come from His Excellency President Mohamed Bazoum. Consider the illegal detention of President Mohamed Bazoum as a hostage situation and hold the authors of the attempted coup d'etat solely and fully responsible for the safety and security of His Excellency President Mohamed Bazoum, as well as members of his family and government. In the event the authority demands are not met within 1 week, take all measures necessary to restore constitutional order in the Republic of Niger. Such measures may include the use of force. For this effect, the chiefs of defense staffs of ECOWAS are to meet immediately. Hold accountable all those responsible for the violence and terror against lives and properties of innocent citizens and residents of Niger. Condemn the pronouncement of support by foreign governments and foreign private military contractors. Express our appreciation to the various governments and partners for their stance and solidarity with ECOWAS. Appoint and dispatch a special representatives of the chair of the authority to Niger immediately to deliver the demands of the authority. In the meantime, the following measures are to be applied with immediate effect: closure of land and air borders between ECOWAS countries and Niger; institution of ECOWAS no-fly zone on all commercial flights to and from Niger; suspension of all commercial and financial transactions between ECOWAS member states and Niger Republic. Freeze all service transactions, including energy transactions. Free access of the Republic of Niger in Ecowas central banks. Freeze of access of the Niger state and the state enterprises and parastatals in commercial banks. Suspension of measures from all financial assistance and transactions with all financial institutions, particularly EBID and board. Calls WAHU and all other regional bodies to implement this decision. Impose travel ban as an asset free for the military officials involved in the coup attempt. The same applies to their family members and the civilians who accept transactions in any institution or government established by these military officials. Express appreciations to His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Head of State of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for the manner in which he has conducted the affairs of the community since his election as the chair of the Ecowas authority. You are very easy to take action on the people of the state, on the coup plotters, but you are not easy to take part in eradicating poverty that is ravaging that nation. Now God, I will surely visit all of you one after the other. Coalition of Northern Group expresses concern over unprovoked eviction of Northerners from Imo State. The Coalition of Northern Groups has raised the alarm over what it described as unprovoked eviction of Northerners by the officials of Imo State government. The spokesperson of the group, Suleiman Abdul Aziz Suleiman, said in a statement issued on Sunday that it has taken a stock of events unfolding in Imo State in the past 2 days, with alleged clear orders to destroy, demolish, burn every structure and asset belonging to the peaceful northern settlers. The group said, "We note how armed detachments of the Nigerian army, the police assessment of armed thugs were unleashed by the governor with clear orders to destroy, demolish, burn every structure and asset belonging to the peaceful northern settlers of 3 communities from Thursday 27th to Friday 28 July 2023. Abdul Aziz noted that the latest organized action in Imo State left in its wake thousands of shops and houses completely burned, properties worth billions of naira destroyed and looted, while thousands of northerners living and conducting legitimate businesses were forcefully ejected, displaced, and deprived." He added, the state sponsored arsonists who arrived without period notice, heavily armed with assorted arms, including an armored personal carrier, were boldly saying northerners should leave their land. He said, the arsonists sacked naked end, number 1, and completely destroyed 1,300 shops and houses, with over 2,500 inhabitants displaced, dispossessed, and run out of legitimate businesses. At Abu Junction, Amawasa, the largest northern settlement with a population of 4,000 settlers, the arsonists destroyed a total of 3,500 shops, 1,500 houses, forcing 150 persons back to the north while rendering thousands of others homeless with no means of livelihood. Arongo Park, Onosha Road, with a total population of over 3,000, was also attacked completely, sacked and residents displaced. It is noteworthy that both Abu Junction and Naked number 1, which were sacked, have a history of 11 years of existence, and Arango Park has 6 years as well. To this end, the Northern Group condemned the targeting of northern communities in Imo for verification, systematic dehumanization, profiling, alienation of any action that will render them objects of attacks and persecution. It said the action was not only immoral and illegal, but also abhorrent to our sensibilities and ordinary decency, and therefore unacceptable. Instead, we reiterate the call on northerners living in Imo State and all unfriendly parts of the southeast to consider leaving the region for the sake of their lives and properties over policies pursued by the likes of Hope Uzodinjo. The call on the northern to return to the north was born out of the realization that their lives had been put at risk due to recent actions perpetrated in Imo on the orders of the state government and the rest. So my wonderful people, if you like saying here we go take back our kaya and I go with the go so. Anyhow, we take BO, I better make sure that subscribe to my channel, like my content, share it as it deemed to be, because without you sharing this message, there is no anyhow a lot of people get to know about it. That is why it is very, very necessary that any message you watch, no matter how bad it is, try to share it. If you didn't see any wisdom there or didn't learn anything there, another person will. And that is why it is very, very important you do it, because that is the only thing you can do to help that very particular person creating the content to grow. Yes, his duty is to bring the news to your doorstep, and your own duty is to also do what? To share it to your family, friends, your fools, your co-workers, your colleagues, and the rest of them, so that the message will reach to where it's supposed to reach. So my wonderful people, as you are watching, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like my content, share it, comment. It is very, very important and very, very necessary. Until I come your way again, please, in this new week, I wish everybody a very blessed week, and it shall be well with all of us. Emphasis on all of us. Have a nice day. May the good Lord bless us all, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Bye for now, my wonderful people. Kemesiano.